Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel eddieinreadingland. My name is Eddie and today I'm bringing you a review of the Nameless One Tarot, but the Grimoire. Okay. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna jump into what I want to say about the book because I think it's gonna be a lot and I tend to ramble and rant on my videos. So I'm hoping to make this as succinct as possible for you guys. But I don't wanna not say all of the things that I want to say. Wait, does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. I don't want to miss out on anything that I have to say. So I do have my notes about the book, but I do have a first impressions of the Nameless One Tarot and Oracle plus the Grimoire already on my channel. I'm going to link it on the description below. So if you guys want to see the whole walkthrough and my whole... I was so happy when I got this tarot and this Grimoire. But today I'm going to do my best to be objective and provide you with a good review. I do want to say the first thing is that the book is incredible. It's amazing quality. It's very expensive, I do have to say, but I am thankful that I paid the amount of money that I did for this. I will also have the link for the Grimoire and Tarot and Oracle down below because I believe that Xia Hunt is one of the greatest tarot artists available right now. And she did an amazing job with this Nameless One Tarot. I don't know why I waited so long to get it, but I will... One of the other things that I wanted to tell you is that if you have the opportunity and if you have the funds to purchase this tarot, even though it is a very expensive tarot and it's a very expensive acquisition, do your best to get it because it's just very amazing. The read alone on this book, it's totally worth it, but the imagery in the tarot is also amazing. I'll talk about the tarot in part 2 of this video because this is going to be just part 1. But yeah, so amazing quality. I mean, the book comes in a box, guys. I mean, I just love this. You are getting a lot of... you're getting your money's worth. That's what I wanted to say. This is the back. This is the back over here. And this is the front. Now, I am going to switch over to the down camera so that you guys can see the whole thing. Now, as you can see, it's quite the chunky book. I mean, it's even... really, it's very chunky. This is my hand. Oops. This is my hand. And I have a small hand, so... you know, you this will give you an idea of how chunky it is. But it is a chunky book. This is the cover again. And as you guys can see, it is just stunning and amazing. This is cloth. This is a cloth hardcover book. And you do need to be extremely delicate with it because even though I don't show any tear from the image on the cover of the book, it could potentially start to tear or start to chip. I don't know why mine did it. I mean, I take really good care of my books, but I would say be very careful with it as it is because the material is not usual. It's not the usual hardcover for a book, and it is it is cloth. So you know, don't drink anything while you're reading the book. And I think that everybody should read this book because, or actually, I have to say you should get the book if you're gonna get a tarot. You need both of them. Well, you don't need both of them, but this book has way more information than the little guidebook that the Tarot and Oracle come with. But I digress. Let's move along. As you can see, it has beautiful end papers over here. It is a marbleized sort of design. It's purple marbleized design, and I know that you guys are not able to perceive it because it's very dark. The design is very dark, but it's not black in the background. It's also a darker purple. But yeah, moving on. Here we go. So this is a first edition. I know that Xia has been talking about writing a second edition of the book, making it less extensive and trying to make it more a shorter version and a newer version of the book. I think she also wants to write a foreword for it, but the first edition, it's amazing. As you can see, we have a dedication. She also shows us a disclaimer over here. Let's see. She also has shown us a disclaimer over here for the book. Let me see if I can actually get this. Nope. Yeah, no, that's the best one. She does let us know that she has researched and validated the information as best as she can, but that obviously that her tarot practice is highly interpretive and also in development and ever evolving, so that we should take the information that it's in the book basically with a grain of sand. I will say that the information in the book is very good. It's I align very well with all of the information and the whole education that I got from the book. It's some of it was a refresher, some of it was new, and I really do appreciate that. I don't mind getting a refresher of the history of tarot, and also just learning something new from the tarot. And that's one of the things that I like about Xia. She really researches everything, and she provides us with a guide and that feels very profound. And I am first and foremost a student, and I love learning. I love being considered a desk magician, but information and knowledge is always something that I'm looking forward. But let's move on. It also has a table of contents, as you guys can see, which is pretty cool. So here's the introduction to the Nameless one. There is a whole explanation on why this tarot came to be. She also provides us with information on on the tarot tradition and on oracles and omens. Here we have some of the core cards. She goes into explaining about the sigil and the shadows. As you guys will see later in part 2 of this video, the cards are 100% opacity, with the sigil being 100% luminosity, and the stark contrast is actually very nice. But as you can see, this is also incredible paper. It's matte and it feels plasticky. It is great paper. It's thick paper, which I really like, because that lets me know that this is going to last me for a very long time. And even though, again, we should be careful with the book, it's going to stand the flow of time. That's what I want to say. So she does go over why she decided to do sigils and for the tarot. So she does provide that information and how she came to merge sigils and tarot together. I'm not going to go over all of the things that she talks about over here, but she does have a lot of information about rituals and having bonding rituals with your tarot, cleansing rituals and how to cleanse with fire, how to cleanse with air, how to cleanse with water, how to cleanse with earth. There is a lot of information. She also talks about tarot correspondences, and she has changed the name of some of the suits. For wands, we have branches, and for pentacles, we have coins. And then she goes on to say or provide us with an essay on the sun and moon energy and about sex and gender in the tarot, which is fascinating to read because we associate kings with male energy and queens with female energy, and sometimes we even associate knights with male energy and pages with female energy. And she goes into why this is something that we can all learn from, and that we can perceive kings as more feminine or queens as more masculine. And she does make a distinction between sex and gender, and also qualifiers like masculine and feminine. So I'm totally in vogue with that. I align with that energy a lot. And then she goes into some suggestions about working with the Nameless One Tarot, which obviously you could follow. But you can also do what you want. But as you can see throughout the book, we have very delicate and calligraphy for the starter of the of some chapters, or even after subtitles, and I really do enjoy that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that she made this. I mean, she drew it. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost sure that she did. She had to, because she does these really cool filigree borders. She is working right now in an oracle, and she has this beautiful filigree border resembling plants and resembling not resembling spirals, resembling gates, and sometimes ivy. And it's just very cool. And I love that we also have some illustrations like this, so that we don't have as much white space in the book. So that's awesome. And then she goes into the major arcana, and she starts explaining about the majors and how her majors work. And then we go straight into the majors. And this is the Fool card. But what I wanted to show you guys about this is that the information that she has provided for us for each of the cards is just mind-blowing. First of all, we have the title of the tarot, which is the Fool here. Okay, let me just move this over here, and hopefully I can bring this closer so that we all can actually read. There we go. Okay, so we have the tarot titles, and we have alternative oracle titles for the card. This is because this deck of cards, it's actually a tarot and an oracle on its own. And the main reason why this is the Nameless One Tarot is so that we can actually provide names to the cards that we like, or that we are able to align with better. So if you don't like the title The Fool, here are some suggestions for the Fool, or you can create your own. Now, for this tarot, one of the most amazing things that the book provides us is the affirmations for each of the cards. So each of these affirmations is actually the sigil of the card. So this symbol over here, which is quite amazing and complex, is actually this affirmation. She does go at the end of the book on how to create sigils of your own, and what she has done with those sigils, and how she has given us this symbol for each of the cards. So I believe this is amazing. Now, the affirmation for each of the cards has been incredibly instrumental in my daily draw practice and my journaling. I do use reversals, but with this tarot, it has that extra oomph with this affirmation, because even if you get the card reversed, I'm still drawn to this very powerful and very uplifting, very it's just so good, very good affirmation. No, I'm not really sure what inspired these affirmations for Xia, but I am glad that she was able to do it, because I have never seen this before in a tarot. This is the first time that I come across a tarot that actually provides us with affirmations for each of the cards. Now, journal prompts, yes. There are many tarot out there that provides you with journal prompts. Other books available that provide you with journal prompts for each of the cards, but not an affirmation, and especially not something like this. I do want to say that the affirmations are all in the present tense, which is also very fascinating and even more uplifting, because then you are put in the position of your most recent position at that specific time. I really, really love this. What I started doing when I started using this deck was writing the affirmation in my journal, and then writing after that whatever it is that I wanted to write about during that day. But moving on, she also gives us the number, or the numerology in this case, the element of the card, which is, in the case of the Fool, will be air, the astrology, which we will link with Uranus, and she does provide animal and plant, not assignations. I guess assignations is a good word, but animal totems and plant plant life that pair very well with the archetype of the Fool. I do love that, for example, for the Fool, she has butterfly, dog, and bird, because those are three things that I actually associate with the Fool. The symbols make sense to me. But yeah, never thought about the plants, or associating the Fool with plants, or actually associating the cards with any plants at all. Very grateful that I got the Children of Sarah Tarot by Xia as well, because that is actually a botanical deck, and I can't wait to just work with it. So, and then she gives us crystals as well, association with crystals and association with colors. And as you can see, the colors are actually present in the image. So we have white, yellow, and yellow-green, and that's exactly what you see here. White, yellow, and yellow-green with the Venus flytrap. Now, she also provides us associations with candles, what candle color would be better aligned with the Fool card. And also, she gives us a little poem for the Fool. And there it is, guys. Now, this is for every single card. Every single card, it doesn't matter if they're majors or they're minors or the court cards. All of them have this. I'm going to show you later on as well. But moving on with this, not being content with that, she provides us with an overview of the card, where she goes into a little about what the image is trying to portray for us in the Fool, or what she tried to do with the image for each of the cards as well. So that's what she calls the overview. And then she goes right up to let us know the upright meanings of the cards. She provides keywords, and also she provides a small blurb of the upright meaning. That happens again as well with the reversed. She provides us keywords for the reversed of the card, and also a small blurb that that provides us with information on the reverse card for this Fool particularly. Then she goes over for the sigil, and this is where it gets incredibly interesting. Well, more interesting. She gives us the sigil, the affirmation for the sigil again, and then she gives us as a blurblet or a smaller blurb about why this affirmation pairs with the Fool, and then she suggests uses for the sigil, and she gives us 3 options for that. Now, this tarot, one of the things that Xia has said about this tarot is that you can copy the symbol of the sigil into a piece of paper. So we copy this symbol and we can carry it with us for any of these uses. Now, these uses are suggestions. Of course, if we are able to come up with more, that's perfect, and we can use it for whatever we want. But these suggestions over here actually served more as journal prompts for me when I was reading the book. So that's what I ended up doing. And I don't think I got the Fool for the Imolc period that I remember. But what I used to do was just read the affirmation and try to see if I could, if any of these prompted anything for my journaling experience. But that's just my practice. I mean, obviously we can do whatever we want, but I just think that this is really original and very cool. Especially for some of us who, like to take a little magic with us throughout the day. It's very welcoming and it's very reassuring. That's what it is, reassuring. But moving on, and then she goes over the symbols, and as you guys can see, she gives a lot of information as to why the white butterfly is being depicted in the image of the Fool. Now, this whole explanation does not only happen for the majors. This also happens for the minors and also the court cards. But as you can see, we have the white butterfly, the explanation for the white butterfly, and then we have the white butterfly over here. We have the sun, and she has information, this whole paragraph on the sun. The same for the Venus flytrap, and as you guys can see over here. And then at the very end, we have colors. Now, this is also very fascinating because even though we subconsciously use color psychology when we design, and when I say we, I don't mean only artists. I say everybody. When the things that we wear, the clothes that we wear, the makeup that we put on, the color frames that we choose for our glasses, the color of our hair, it's all color psychology. But Xia has decided to give us the reasons why she chose these colors to be portrayed on the card and why they align with, in this case, the Fool. That was also incredibly illuminating for me. Should I say colorful? But it's something that, how can I say this? Even though we subconsciously are aware of the color and our associations to that color, is very very unique, or actually it's unique to have somebody provide their meaning of color and why they chose it for the card. That is just going the extra mile, I think, for Xia. And this is, again, for each of the cards, and this doesn't only include the tarot. This includes the oracle cards, which I'll go and I'll show you what the book does as well. But moving on from the majors, and again we have way too much information on each of the majors. Then we come back to the minor arcana. And as you can see, she provides exactly the same thing. A very extensive explanation on the minors. She gives an understanding of the minor arcana. Whoops, there we go. She also provides us with an explanation on the aces and what's important about the aces, the pip cards, and then with the pip cards, she goes into numerology, as you guys can see over here. She goes into numerology, and then she also provides some information on the quirk cards, which, by the way, all of the quirk cards are masks, and she provides some information on significators on the minor arcana as well. And then the jester cards, we'll look at that in part 2. Princes and princesses, the queens, and the kings. She also, not content with that, but no, there's more. She also gives us astrological correspondences to the Nameless One Tarot, the zodiac traits and dates, and she has made a whole chart for us as well. Isn't that cool? But yeah, and then she goes into the suit of blades, and here's where we have some information on the suit of blades, which is the suit of swords. And then again, we have a humongous image of the card with the sigil. And again, the same thing, as you can see, guys. We have title, alternative oracle titles, affirmation, numerology, element, astrology, animals, plants, crystals, colors, candles, the poem. This goes for every single one of the cards. And also, whoops, well, this is the Two of Swords, but as you guys can see, it's also here. But what I wanted to show you is that the explanation for the symbols, and again, we have overview, upright meaning, keywords for reverse as well, the sigil, uses for the sigil, and then here we go, the symbols. She provides an extensive information about each one of the symbols in the card. Amazing work. This must have taken a very long time. I want to say probably years. I'm not really sure how many years it took Xia to create this tarot and this book, but it has been arduous work, and it has been work that has been worthwhile. That is for sure. But yeah, so that is most of the book, and so I wanted to give you an example of an oracle card. So here we have, the book is chunky. The Gates of Hades. This is an oracle card, and for the oracle card, it's the same thing. We have the name, the Gates of Hades. We have an affirmation. We have the numerology that she has paired with the card. The element, astrology, animals, plants, crystals, colors, candles, and again, a small poem. Everything is the same for every single card. And after that, after the last card, we have a whole section of appendices and additional information. And in here, she has provided spreads. She has given explanations about 1 card spread, 3 card spread, and there's also various spreads. But she has provided a spread for every single sign of the zodiac. This is the Aries spread, Taurus spread, and that goes on for all of the zodiac, guys. And moving on, then at the very end, she provides information on sigil magic and how she goes about doing that, and how she crafts the sigils and why they pair well with the tarot. And she gives us all of this information so that we can actually create our own sigils as well if we want to do that. And which is something that it's very admirable, because most people, most artists, most tarot readers, most tarot creators, they tend to keep some of the stuff for themselves. And I just I just applaud Xia for giving us all of that information. She doesn't have to, and she did. But yeah, so here's how to craft sigils, and she talks about sigil magic, and then she gives a list of all of the affirmations, just so that we can have a reference and we don't have to go and look for all of for the cards specifically in the book. And then not only that, but she has given us extra sigils that we can use in our practice if we so wanted to. Again, this is not even going the extra mile. This is just being incredibly generous and charitable, in my opinion, because she didn't have to do this and she did. So good on her. So here we have, again, some more stuff, magical correspondences. And she gives an explanation about the sun and who the sun rules. And she also has keywords on the sun. And she has that for every single one of the astrological planets, as you guys can see. And then we have the zodiac constellations. And she also gives us the names that the good gods, the Golden Dawn. The Golden Dawn, that's who they are. The names that the Golden Dawn had giving the tarot cards. These are all of their names. Again, she doesn't have to do that, but she did. And let's see. There's even more, guys. She has like a small daily magic practice. She goes over the days of the week and what days are better for different types of magics. If you guys want to do that, if any of you practice, it's also there. She again gives us a numerology of the tarot. Here are all the animal correspondences and their meanings, symbolic meanings. And also we have that for the plants. As you can see, she's very thorough. See, here are the plant correspondences. So yeah, no, I'm really, really, really happy with this book. The last thing that I wanted to show you guys is that she does have crystal correspondences. And also at the very end, she has the symbolism and psychology of color, which is a fascinating read for me. It's one of color and psychology. It just melds together incredibly well. But she also has given us some spell work. If you guys want to try it, there are recipes for spell work and for ritual. So, I mean, this book it is a grimoire. One of the cons that I know that people are going to have with this book is that it is very long. I do have to admit that sometimes my editor cap was on, and I was like, oh, she already said this in different words for the same card, and maybe this should have been cut off. There's some information here that could be edited better. And the only reason why I know that it's because I used to work for Amazon's publishing company, and that's one of the things that I used to do for them. But I haven't done editing in a while. Oh no, that's not true. I edited my husband's book. Oh yeah. Okay, but anyway, editing is not something that I'm doing right now. But yes, I do have to admit that it is a very long book, and it did take me a very long time to read it. And I'm a fast reader, guys. I read over 150 books a year, and this took me, mind you, I was only reading it here at home, and before bed. But it did take me about 3 to 4 weeks to finish it. All of this. So I know that's going to be a deterrent for some people. It is a very long read, and people are not used to. I shouldn't say that. Most people are not used to reading that much. This is probably more than 800 pages, I want to say. But it is an experience, and I cannot stress how much this is worthwhile. But that's it. I think that's it. That's it. Yes, that is it for the book. So please stay tuned for part 2. I will be doing a video for that as well. So, but thank you so much, guys, for being here with me on this video. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about the Grimoire? Is it too big? Will you give it a go if you ever get it? But thank you so much, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Oh, maybe I can do a thumbnail for my husband. Maybe like this so that it's centered. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Let's see. 22, 36. 22, 36. Okay. Let's see. Oh, but that new moisturizer is working wonders. I love it. Okay, let's see.